Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast and I hope you're all doing well. And as you can see from the fact there's not a lot of screen left, there's a lot in the screen in other words, but I had a pretty good day yesterday. Most of it came from car boot sale, all the stuff in the front. We've got a bit of a mixture, we've got some Corgi as you can see, we've got some Matchbox and we've got some more Husky. And in the back, which is what I'm going to start off with first, so I'm going to do this in a minute. Well, let's see what I found yesterday in the shop. So this was from my local, well I say local, just literally a couple of miles down the road from where I live, my local toy shop. I found this. Can I get, let's get this up a little bit, that's a bit better, there you go. So it is obviously from Hot Wheels and it is the monster truck big rigs. And I've ummed and ahed over this casting the last few times I've been in there, and then I just thought, why not pull the trigger and give it a go. I do like the brain switched off. I had a late night last night. I do like the casting that it's based on, so let's get it cracked open and see what it's about. There's some of the other ones in the range, so we'll get some extra zoom on. It'll probably be too much zoom. Thought so. No, there you go. Tip the camera slightly. So that's the one I've got. There's another one there and the other one there, and they were all there, but I'm not so interested in these types of things. This one and this one caught my eye, and I thought, like I said, just why not? It isn't expensive, let's give it a whirl. So let's zoom out a little bit, put the camera down. Actually, zoom out a little bit more and open it up. So this was $7.99, and if you go there and buy the single normal monster trucks from Hot Wheels, they are usually, I think they're $5.99 possibly. So it's pretty good value for money. It's based on the Bone Shaker. There you go. I knew I'd remember in the end. It is die-cast cab, so we get a closer look. So the cab is die cast, and then obviously the back is plastic. The jib is bendy but doesn't move. You have got this hook, which obviously says a bit of flex in it, which is pretty cool, and that obviously goes back. But like I said, I just thought it was cool because of the paintwork. It is quite nicely painted up, and like I said, my boy has already got his eye on this, so I don't think I'll be having this in my collection for very long. It does lean quite nicely and you can sort of steer it. It's got a reasonable bit of weight to it, but not an immense amount because most of it is plastic. But this would be good for two things. So like I said, my boy's got his eye on it. I do like it myself. So it is obviously great as a toy, but it would be great for all those out there that are into this, what do they call it, not gangland, gasland builds, Mad Max type stuff. This would make a good candidate for that. This could be Mad Maxed quite nicely. And I haven't seen them anywhere yet. I've not seen anybody else unbox one of these yet. So, and like I said, it is quite cool. I'd have loved this as a kid, but like I said, I've been going down a bit of a monster truck rabbit hole recently, like I said before. So let's try it with the Poison Pinto to see if it will be able to pick something up. So yeah, straight away. So yeah, pretty cool. So like I said, I don't think it's been in my collection very long. My boy seen it and I think he's eyeing it up. Like I said, he is into his monster trucks as well, and it's my boy. What can you do? I like to share my stuff with him, encourage the collector in him. Anyway, so let me know what you think of that. I didn't think it was expensive, so that's the first piece. Well, that was the only good piece I found yesterday in the shops. As I said, I did say this in a previous video that I will be going off to diecast hunting tomorrow up at oh, what was it called again? Brain switched off. Pandora's Box. You have to excuse me. Like I said, I had about 2 hours sleep last night. I had a real late night at work, and then just couldn't get to sleep when I got home. So I am not firing on all cylinders. I'm a little bit, yeah. So anyway, so first piece from the car boot sale I got yesterday was this Corgi. It is 1985 copyright. It's probably more like the later 80s when this was sold. I'm not sure if this is something that was from a petrol station or not. It is a Chevy Nova. I should have showed what it is. So this is a car that was quite prevalent in the UK in the late 80s and early 90s. The Vauxhall Nova. Did I say Chevy Nova? Vauxhall Nova. Vauxhall Nova. It is in the BP livery, which is pretty cool, as I do like collecting things petrol related. And it's got a pretty cool interior. I've just noticed the steering wheel is quite bizarre on it. And I don't know why. I don't know if that is supposed to be like that, or if it's just... It doesn't look to be cast wrong. Yeah, that's quite unusual. Must be an error, I presume. I was about to say the interior is done quite nice for a moulded interior back in the day. And to be honest, the interiors, I think, were better on the standard cars back in the day. They weren't just moulded lumps. You could see... I mean, you can see the handbrake detail. The steering wheel is a bit bizarre, but it is a very heavy casting. It's a very thick metal base, and Corgi had a habit of this particular era. One minute it would be a very thick casting, and then the next minute it'd be a very plasticky casting. But you don't see these Vauxhall Novas very often in real life or in diecast form. Even though this isn't the best version of a Vauxhall Nova, I'll give it that. But it wasn't expensive. What did I pay for it? I think I paid £2. And I was the first person to ever open this, because when these are new, this flap is folded underneath. So you literally have to sort of crack it in a way. If you pull it wrong, it will tear the flap off. I do remember that from back in the day. So we'll pop that away for a second. So that was the first piece. Then from the same seller, they did have other Corgi. They had lots of Corgi transport trucks there and other stuff. Now, I'm not a big fan, again, of this later 80s period of Corgi. It is very hit and miss. And I've not long got rid of a load of Corgi trucks. Just generic trucks. A lot of them are Volvos, and a lot of them just said Weetabix and Smith's Crisps and stuff like that. But again, this wasn't expensive. I think it was £3. Again, I was the first to unbox it. It is, again, from the same date. There is a copyright somewhere on this. So it does say Corgi Toys Limited, Swansea, I believe. Great Britain, 1985. Blah, 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 blah. So again, later 80s. But I did pull the trigger. It wasn't expensive, and I did pick it up, and that's only because it is a car transporter, and I do have car transporters from Matchbox in my collection. And again, it's a basic casting, but it's weighty. It is all die cast, so it is a little bit stiff. So can I get it to go down? There you go. And obviously you've got these bits to slide up and down. And then this just clicks back into place. This clips on there. And we've got the truck. Again, okay. Not too bad. Would have been great as a toy back in the day. But again, they just didn't... Mind you, that one wheel does spin, this wheel doesn't. They just weren't the best. In my opinion. I love Corgi. I've got some outstanding Corgi models in my collection. I do like the Husky brand, which is from the same company, or made by the same company, should I say. But like I said, I got this one as I just thought I do like car transporters. It is in nice condition, and it will look good at some point. And what sort of size car. So might as well try it with the. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get out some more Corgi cars and try them on the transporter. That'll be easier. And I'm back, and I've got a few cars just to try on the transporter. So here we go, some more period correct Corgi vehicles. So the first one is a, well, I didn't really look at what I was grabbing. So this is a Ford Wrecker, Ford Transit. 2 seconds. Sorry, someone was shouting me. I do have this in a couple of different colours, but anyway, we will stick that on top. There we go. You can sort of clamp it into place. Maybe do it a little bit better. So there you go. Won't move around, which is pretty cool. So you've got a Ford Transit recovery, rescue, whatever you want to call it. The next one is a Renault Traffic, which in fact I think it's in the same colour. And yeah, a little Renault Traffic, which I do like, as I do like my vans. So now, where will this fit? Could possibly do it like that. If we move that one back, oh, there we go, that's better. So there we go, we've got a couple on top. Maybe let's stick one more down below. Let's just see if I can grab another. Bear with me. Oh, we've got a BMW race car. So let's try this out. If I can actually open it. No way. They're all yellow. That's rather interesting. So it should, if I unclick this, it shouldn't drop because it's locked into place. So we just, and then we can push that up the ramp and leave it like that. So it will look pretty cool if I ever get it on display. And quite funny the fact I've managed to pick out all yellow castings when I've got boxes of these cars. But anyway, so there you go, you get the idea. I think it looks pretty cool. And they are all of that persuasion. So let's move this aside for just 2 seconds if I can. Let's just put over here on the other desk. Bear with me. Right, so the last couple of pieces, this was from a different seller. So this is a Matchbox Roll-O-Matics, and there you go, I paid £1 for it. And again, it's in great condition, but I have this variation now. I've got about 2 other variations of this. I've got a hair, and I've also got the rarer tan colour with the rally stickers. So that doesn't seem to be spinning for some reason, so maybe there's a slight issue with it. But I might stick this in a box when I've got a box I've got to send off soon, so I might just chuck this in there, as he's a fellow Matchbox collector, and it is in pretty good condition. So, like I said, because I've got quite a few, but I picked it up because it was there by itself on a table at a different seller. And then the last piece, which is probably my favourite piece, so I put the camera down for this, and it is another one from the Husky brand. And again, it was alright, £6 for one little piece, but these are rare over here where I live, especially to try and find these intact. As I've said before, I'm not a complete expert on the Husky brand, but Husky brand is obviously a sister to Corgi, and it's made by the same company, which was Metoy, I believe. And they were basically, this was to go after Matchbox. This was to go into competition with Matchbox. These were the same size as Matchbox pretty much when they came out, and these were supposed to be a little bit cheaper than Corgi. But what I like about most of these from Husky is these were all made, so this one was made in 1964, is that correct there? Can't tell. Let's put the camera down a little bit more so a little closer look. No, it's just a paint chip. Isn't a crack, is it? No, just where the paint's chipped off. But anyway, oh, I've done it again. Sorry about this. There we go. So yeah, I just really like them because they were quite flimsy. They were quite fragile castings. They were plastic based on most of them, but for this to survive from 1964, very light. But they did have nicely done interiors. The shut line fitment on this rear opening boot lid is, well, you could teach modern castings a thing or two with this old stuff. You can see it opens, but the shut lines aren't too bad. It stays open, which is cool. And this is, like I said, this is from the early 60s. And the only thing that's really wrong with this is, and this is something, because obviously it's been played with, it's been handled, and the chrome wasn't very thick on these back in the day. But there you go, Husky Mercedes 220. And I've looked them up. This thing in mint condition would be between 70 and 80 pounds. In a box condition, one of these mints without a box, you're looking at 40 pounds. And like I said, I paid £6. I picked it straight up and I bought it. I didn't even go over it, I just wanted it. And I'm slowly getting a real quite nice Husky brand collection now. But I don't, like I said, to try and find them really, really mint. So this is one that I got not too long ago. And like I said, they are hit and miss. This is again from the 60s. It still has its paper stickers. It's a lot heavier casting. The casting's a lot thicker. And it has a metal base. So like I said, these were designed to be cheaper. They were to go in against Matchbox. They pretty much had all the same wheels. They did do them, I think there was one other variation of wheel, but again, pretty much the same, just a slightly different hub design, I believe. But they are hit and miss, and some of them, especially the ones with the metal bases, they are very nicely made. They are, you know, very clear windows. Look at the windows, how clear they are. But like I said, it is very bizarre that some of them are very sort of fragile, some of them are quite well made. And they're just, like I said, I've got quite a few here with metal bases and quite a few here with plastic. Anyway, I'm whittering on. So let's zoom out and try and get all this into shot if I can. So let's bring back that transporter if I can. There we go. So that was pretty cool for £3. Let's re-get out the Chevy. I keep calling it a Chevy. It's not a Chevy. It is a Vauxhall Nova. But then again, Vauxhall is GM. Star of the show as far as I'm concerned. And what did I do? There it is. There's that one there. Bear with me. And there's that one. So anyway, bit of a random haul, but been pretty cool. I am going diecast hunting tomorrow at Pandora's Box. I will ask when I'm there if I can take some shots of the shop. It is very, very small. When you see how small it is and how much is in there, you'll be surprised. Hence why it's called Pandora's Box. But I will ask. But like I said, they are quite shy. So stay tuned for that. Going to be getting some really cool premium pieces, hopefully some vintage pieces from that store. They do a lot of stuff in such a small place. But anyway, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more unboxing videos, vintage pieces, vintage Matchbox Monday, on and all that good stuff. And with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.